Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
MPs have accused Facebook of being a morality-free zone as the social media giant's chief technology officer, Mike Shrupner, faced questioners from the Culture, Media and Sport Committee. The MPs, though, were not impressed by his answers, describing his testimony as unsatisfactory. Our business editor, Siobhan Kennedy, has this.
Well, I just want to be clear on one thing. I want to be very clear. Again, I want to be clear very clearly.
The recurring mantra of one of Facebook's senior executives, Mike Shreffer, hauled in front of MPs today because his boss, Mark Zuckerberg, refused to turn up. The chief technology officer spoke fast and furiously for nearly 4 hours, but whether his answers were clear for MPs wasn't clear at all.
I understand the skepticism. I don't fault you for it. And I think the question is, you know, if you're asking a question of intent, I can only tell you what's in my heart, which is I do really care about these things. We do really want to get them right. They are hard problems. We are humans who will make mistakes.
Facebook's mistake was allowing Cambridge Analytica to harvest the data of nearly 90 million of its users. It's apologised and talked of a new era of transparency. The Facebook executive didn't enter Parliament via the public entrance. Instead, he was escorted in via a back door. And while this is our first chance here in the UK to get some clarity after the data privacy scandal, instead, time and time again, the Facebook boss sidestepped questions with lengthy, convoluted replies. But when he was asked to apologise, he was much less forthcoming. MPs were particularly incensed about the legal action Facebook had threatened journalists with over the exposure of the user data breach.
Well, why is your first instinct then to send legal letters? Why is if you're so wanting the truth and wanting journalists to express themselves, why is the first thing you did was to send legal letters?
Again, my understanding is this is common practice in the UK in terms of correcting letters. I may be wrong.
Well, you are wrong.
Okay.
You are wrong in that respect.
So the important thing is to get the facts on the matter right.
So I'm going to ask you again, will you apologise for this bullying behaviour?
I am sorry that journalists feel that we are trying to prevent them from getting the truth out. That's not the intent, so I am sorry.
Mark Zuckerberg, the Facebook founder and boss, had a far easier time when he appeared in front of American politicians in Washington, certainly compared to the grilling Mr. Shreffer received today. 3 hours in, and the committee had well and truly warmed up.
I put it to you today, sir, that Facebook is a morality-free zone, destructive to a fundamental right of privacy. You aren't an innocent party, wrong by the likes of Cambridge Analytica, but you are the problem, sir. Your company is the problem.
I respectfully disagree with that assessment.
But there was agreement on some things, like the inevitability of some form of regulation to rein the social media giants in.
The goals have to be clear in terms of, you know, user control, user safety, transparency, not just for the users, but for everyone, so you can understand these systems. Because, hey, if there's stuff happening that the public can't observe, then there's real possible danger there.
An admission of sorts, but he wasn't sticking around. Mr. Shreffer shuffled out the way he came in, through the back door.
Is Facebook exploiting its users, sir? I hope you found this session helpful and informational.
Just as we learned, Mr. Zuckerberg will appear before the European Parliament next month. Another duffing up at the hands of politicians, no doubt, but cushioned by the knowledge that despite the data privacy scandal, Facebook's profits have just soared more than 60%.